For some people in London, access to a local court can be a lifeline. But earlier this month, the Ministry of Justice announced closures of nearly a fifth of all courts and tribunals in the UK as a cost-cutting measure, with 10 of the courts scattered across the capital. The government claims many of the courts are empty for at least half of the year, and that the measures are a way of modernising the system. The Ministry of Justice said in a statement, "Court closures are difficult decisions. Local communities have strong allegiances to their local courts. But changes to the estate are vital if we are to modernise a system which everybody accepts is unwieldy, inefficient, slow, expensive to maintain, and unduly bureaucratic." But not everyone agrees.
The government has been really cack-handed in how it's approached court closures generally in London. Specifically for my constituents across Southwark, we're now going to see people who are told, effectively, if you live in Rotherhithe, you'll be told you have to go to Putney just to have your case heard. It'll put people even off attending cases. It'll mean there are more inadequately heard cases, if you like. There'll be more appeals to decisions. Plus, there's been absolutely no consideration of the effect on councils. The additional cost to the council of having to have staff attend courts outside of the borough. The government just aren't interested in actually looking at how its change affects other government costs at different levels.
One of the courts set to close, Lambeth County Court, will have its work moved to a different location. When the court closes at some point between July and September 2017, some people could be forced to travel almost 2 hours to get to Wandsworth in order to pursue their cases. The Ministry of Justice say they're closing the court because it's underused and expensive to maintain. But critics of the plan say it's vulnerable locals who will be hit the hardest. One of those critics is Dirghayu Patel, a solicitor dealing with housing and homelessness cases in the borough.
I was flabbergasted, to be honest. It's one of the busiest county courts in the country for housing litigation. I feel it's more of a difficulty for our clients. Having the majority of housing cases dealt with either at Wandsworth County Court or Camberwell Green will cause a great deal of confusion as to where people have to go, especially the last-minute applications to stop evictions, where time is of the essence. And it's a shame that the government hasn't used its own research about the social cost of homelessness and dressed their minds about whether clients will struggle to get to court, and if they don't get to court, what would happen to them, their homes, and the cost to society of them being made homeless.
But with the deadline fast approaching for the county court's closure, residents of Lambeth and the rest of London will have to wait and see what the future holds for their access to justice.